men's 63.5 kilogram
Introducing
classification. We'll send it over to the public address announcer for the introductions.
Rouge to Quebec, from Quebec, Gabriel Aly-Ndiaye.
Gabriel Aly-Ndiaye. Team Quebec coming into the Rocky theme song. Aly-Ndiaye. Team Quebec, as you can see there, he'll be wearing red.
Out of the blue corner, Le Coin Bleu de l'Ontario, from Ontario, Owen Paquette.
Owen Paquette from Team Ontario entering the ring. Paquette has been boxing for 9 years, started at the age of 9. Boxes out of the AFT Boxing in Brantford, Ontario. Coached by Daryl Paquette and Sebastian Corrales. Owen's family has made the trip from Ontario to the Maritimes, and he has maritime ties. His father, Daryl Paquette, a former professional hockey player with the Washington Capitals, and played hockey when UCCB had a program, along with the Amherst Ramblers. So he's got that bloodline in him, is Owen Paquette.
Amherst is another fighting town. You know, a lot of great boxers came out of there. Rocky Johnson,
yes.
The Rock father, who was a professional boxer, came out of Amherst, Nova Scotia. Joe Borden has fought around the area. Joe Borden, who now resides in Summerside, PEI, one of the great boxing coaches, fought Leon Spinks. He lived in Amherst for a while, fought out of there in New Glasgow as well before moving to Prince Edward Island. So it's a fighting town for sure.
Absolutely. Owen's brother Lyndon and his coach Sebastian Corrales from the DC Boxing Club back at home watching Paquette take on Aly-Ndiaye for this gold medal. And we're underway on round number 1.
Paquette has come out from the beginning and just decided he was going to take the center of the ring and try to command it and stay there.
Paquette, you can see, with a slight height advantage and reach advantage on Ndiaye.
These two are doing a little better job of feeling each other out and taking their time, which shows a lot of respect for each other's power. Some of the earlier matches we've seen, guys just came out throwing bombs and the girls came out just throwing, but these guys must have seen each other before, or maybe even fought each other before, and have a little respect for each other because they're taking their time and really feeling each other out here in the early seconds of the fight.
Don't want to rush into any power here and get caught with an over right hand, because that seems to be the recipe, or even the left. Aly-Ndiaye.
Paquette with a nice shot there, got him off balance and on the ropes, but quick to regain. Good footwork here. These guys are showing a lot of skills, moving in and out, a lot of feints, not really unloading and throwing a lot of, they're just throwing some good feints, so they're not wasting a lot of energy and not getting themselves off balance.
You can really see the experience, right?
Yeah, these guys, you can tell these two are seasoned fighters, these two. And is there a bigger rivalry in Canada than Quebec, Ontario?
No.
You know, these two, this is a rivalry in all sports. So these two are in here fighting for themselves, but this is a rivalry they want to be able to notch on their belt.
Caution there for Paquette. Paquette doing a good job of circling out of trouble when Aly-Ndiaye comes forward.
Great footwork, like I said, both good, very technical boxers.
Oh, a slip there by Paquette.
Paquette landed too. He got a jab in while he was moving forward. It looked like he took a shot, but like you said, I think it was more of a slip. But we'll see how the judges seen that.
Aly-Ndiaye continuing to stalk Paquette. Able to slip that overhand right in.
Another warning to the referee. I didn't see what happened there, but there was a bit of a verbal warning there whenever they came out of that exchange. Both guys have shown each other a lot of respect here, a lot of good feeling out process, and we'll see how that goes as the fight goes on, once guys find their range and get their timing a little down.
Aly-Ndiaye still circling. Paquette trying to keep it in the middle of the ring.
Paquette has just said he's gonna command the center of the ring. He's had his feet in the maple leaf for most of the fight.
Steps out of it now as Aly-Ndiaye coming forward. Not throwing a lot of punches, not landing a lot of punches, and there's the bell for the first round. So kind of a toss-up between Paquette and Aly-Ndiaye.
More of a feeling out process here in the first round for these two fighters. Again, I think they've probably had some good scouting and good recruiting from their coaches and their corners, and a lot of mutual respect shown in that first fight, in the first round of this fight. These guys, Paquette got a little flurry there at the end of the ring, and sometimes that's the last thing the punch is seen when the judges see the last thing coming out of a round. It's good to get that final little flurry on at the end of the ring when a round is that close.
Classic stealing of the round, right?
Exactly, right? And so well coached and well played by Paquette there to again, like you said, steal one at the end of the round.
Alongside Mike Hughes, Vince Williams on hand here at the Credit Union Place. Gold medal bout between Owen Paquette and Gabriel Aly-Ndiaye.
These two are waiting for that bell. It looked like they were waiting for a starter's pistol to go off there. They're ready to run. These guys are a little more eager now coming out of the first. They've got the feeling out. They got the jitters out. And I think we're going to see a lot more punches thrown here in the second round.
Paquette trying to set up that jab. That looping right hand. Aly-Ndiaye once again circling and stalking Paquette. Paquette staying in the middle of the ring. That's where his home is. That's where he's going to live.
He's decided that he's owning the Maple Leaf tonight, and he's going to stand there and just let Aly-Ndiaye try to come to him. You see Aly-Ndiaye, when he's trying to come in, he's trying to change levels, but he seems a little uncertain of that straight jab that's coming from Paquette.
Could be that height differential as he's trying to get inside. The taller man is Paquette, and Paquette's got outstanding skill and technique. You can just see it, just keeping everything on the front foot.
Everything's on the front foot, and it's tight, but it's loose. It's loose enough when he goes to throw the hands, but he's got everything packed in tight for good defense too. I think it's given Aly-Ndiaye a hard target to hit. He's not sure how to approach that. He's coming in a little bit high, but then when he goes low, the reach advantage of Paquette's really giving him troubles to get inside. Nice body shot.
Body shot there by Paquette. Aly-Ndiaye still trying to mount some offense here.
I think you see Paquette measuring that uppercut. He's measured it twice now, but hasn't let it go. He's kind of feinted with that, so I think he's measuring his distance. We'll see if he unloads that right uppercut here after an exchange. Again with a nice left hook there coming out.
Paquette waiting. He caught him with the over right hand as Aly-Ndiaye coming forward.
Aly-Ndiaye is having a real trouble trying to get inside. Paquette's height and his length and just keeping that jab out there, even when he's not throwing it, is creating Aly-Ndiaye a lot of problem of getting entry where he can get in to score some punches.
Paquette doing a good job of countering. Aly-Ndiaye this time gets inside, but he pays the price as Paquette was able to throw a nice looping left hand to connect.
And what a great job of Paquette whenever the clinch was trying to be engaged to circle out and throw as he's exiting the clinch. Good shot there though by Aly-Ndiaye, but Paquette answers back. Another straight right hand has Aly-Ndiaye going back on his heels.
10 seconds now remaining in the round. Both young men trying to impress the judges at the end of this second round. And it will come to a close. Good round there for Owen Paquette, once again able to counter, as you mentioned, circle out of trouble, but also land when he's exiting.
And that's the key to keep people from clinching. If you have somebody that starts to spin out and can throw those hands when you're off balance, what a good opportunity to score maybe a knockdown that's just more of an off-balance knockdown, but it still looks good in the judges' scorecards. Whenever you have somebody and you're spinning and you're off balance and then boom, boom, throw that 1-2 punch, and Paquette did a great job of that. It's going to be, Aly-Ndiaye is going to have to find an answer to get inside on Paquette. He's either going to have to say, I'm going to eat a couple to try to get mine in there, or he's going to have to find a way to maybe come in and change slip in and then slip out and try to get him turning, just try to get inside and underneath that jab. Paquette's doing a great job of creating space by keeping that jab out there, even when he's not throwing it, and just extending at the elbow.
Round 3 here between Owen Paquette from Team Ontario in blue and Gabriel Aly-Ndiaye, Team Quebec in red. We're giving him the nod thus far. Owen Paquette seems to be ahead on the scorecard. You can see the aggression now as Gabriel Aly-Ndiaye coming a little bit forward here. He knows he's got to be aggressive here in this 3rd round.
I think his corners probably told him, like, we're behind now, and we're either going to have to finish this or we're going to lose this fight. There's nothing, there's nothing else that the corner could have told him from what we've seen here too, right? Paquette just seems like he's growing in confidence, though. Again, he's commanded the center of the ring. He's keeping that jab out there, but now instead of flicking that so much, I think Paquette's looking to load up with that right hand. It's scored for him in the past, but I'm waiting to see that uppercut here.
Oh, he gets caught with the right hand coming in, trying to land with that overhand right as you mentioned, but he got caught with a looping right hand from Aly-Ndiaye. Aly-Ndiaye now trying to be aggressive. Paquette saying, okay, I'm just going to stand here in my range, not trying to lunge and open myself up.
And Aly-Ndiaye, I think, now has to, with 1:30 left in the round, I think it's time for him to really come in and let those hands go.
Got nothing to lose up to this point.
No, it's just time to let those hands go. The measuring and the distance, there we go, and there we see it. Maybe, you know, we got to let these hands go and hope something connects and really changes the pace of this fight. But Paquette's doing a good job. Like, nice wide stance. He can just step back on that back foot and he's out of range.
Your classic Olympic boxing style right now by Owen Paquette.
Absolutely, and he's got long legs, long arms, and he just transitions from that front foot when he steps in to being able to pull back out of range on that back foot.
Under a minute to go. Paquette coming forward though, being aggressive. Aly-Ndiaye under pressure. Being warned here, they'll be separated.
I think Paquette isn't just willing to come out and ride this out too. There's 30 seconds in this fight, but he looks like he wants to put an exclamation mark on the end of this.
30 seconds remaining. Measuring each other. Aly-Ndiaye gotta get busy. He's behind in the scorecard. Paquette again scoring with that left hand. Circling out of trouble and scoring.
Nice shot there on the eggs there. I don't know if it fully connected, but he threw a nice left hook there.
10 seconds remaining. Paquette, you can just see him confident. Oh, almost gets caught with the right hand by Aly-Ndiaye, and there is the bell as Owen Paquette came forward, Mike, and he almost got caught by Aly-Ndiaye in the end with that over right hand.
He got lucky there. He definitely won the fight, but it's one punch can change a fight, and we almost seen it right there. That could have been a game changer. I think Aly-Ndiaye needed to maybe throw a little more often in that last round. I'm not sure if he understood the desperation of the scorecard, because we don't know when you're in there, right? But great job by both these fighters tonight. Paquette just decided he was going to take command of the center of the ring, and he was going to sit back and use his distance and throw and dictate the pace of the fight, and I think he did that, and he's fairly confident with that hand up in the air right now.
Let's get the decision inside the ring.
The judges have rendered a split decision. Decision partagée. For your
Again,
winner and
we're not sure what everybody sees in the fight. I didn't see it that way, but I'm not a judge.
Fighting out of the blue corner, Owen Blue.
So they did render the right decision, as you and I saw it. Owen Paquette from Brantford, the pride of Brantford, Ontario, with roots in the Maritimes, wins the gold medal for Team Ontario. And that was textbook Olympic boxing by Owen Paquette.
Great future for Owen Paquette moving forward. He's got all the skills. He's got the technique. He's got that classic boxing, long, rangy, lengthy, long arms, long legs. He moves well. He has that spacing in his stance where he can step in and step out, get in, create danger, and then step out of it. I think you're going to see a bright future from that young man moving forward.
Gabriel Aly-Ndiaye from Team Quebec will take home the silver medal, and Julian Wilson, Team Nova Scotia, taking home the bronze medal. So 3 good bouts there, 2 good bouts, excuse me, 3 winners, but all 4 of them in the whole weight classification are all winners here at the Canada Games.
Everybody who's fighting tonight on medal night is a champion. When you can get to this level, all these great guys are great fighters, but it can only be one person's night on that night. And that could change for multiple reasons. Like we said a minute ago, one punch can change the fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Nerves and being under the lights can change the way you approach the fight. But all these guys, amazing job, like I said earlier. Anybody who steps under that rope.
We're back after these messages. Stay with us. You're watching the 2023 Canada Games. Welcome back to Summerside, Prince Edward Island. We're back here alongside Mike Hughes, Vince Williams on hand. And Mike, we were just talking about off air about the great fighting tonight in all of these classifications. First from the women, now the men taking over here in the latter part of these bouts. It's been outstanding here at the Canada Games as they're bringing it. They're bringing it, as you mentioned before you went to break, it's champions. Everybody that's fighting tonight are champions, and they know there's an opportunity to take home some hardware, but in the end, they've gotten to this point with all the blood, sweat, and tears that built up for 4 years to get to this moment. Some of them experienced, some of them inexperienced, but this moment in time is going to be valuable forward for them, going forward, that is.
Just to make it through the round robin of this week, to have all those fights and then get here, you think of the whole week of taking punches, giving punches, making weight, everything that goes in to fighting, and then to meet all the emotional that goes through every fight all week, and then to bring it all to a head here tonight. Everybody that's on this, that steps in this ring tonight is a champion, like you said. But tonight is to see who's the better man, the better woman at the end of the night tonight, and they're the ones that are going to bring home the medals.
And we're just waiting for the medal ceremony for the previous weight class that just came to conclusion. That was the light welterweight division, the 63.5 kilogram classification. Just to break down the winners in the earlier fights, the flyweight division, the 52 kilogram division, the women's, Tessa Scott from Team New Brunswick winning bronze. Talia Birch was able to pick up the gold medal.
63.5 kilogram category.
Rakaya Nawez was able to pick up the silver. So we will go over to the public address announcer for the medal ceremony and the awarding of the medals, and then we'll recap all the other winners. We'll have time to stick that in. Alongside Mike Hughes, Vince Williams on hand here at the Credit Union Place, that is.
Presenting the medals, His Worship Dan Kuchar, the Mayor of the City of Summerside and Host Society Board Member. La médaille bronze. The bronze medal is awarded de Nouvelle-Écosse from Nova Scotia, Julian Wilson.
Julian Wilson was very impressive in that bronze medal. Looked like he was behind. He thought he was behind Mike, and he fought that way. He had a bloody nose, had to deal with that adversity, not able to breathe properly, but he was able to counter in that third round and really land some really quality power shots.
He was so busy in the first few rounds.
Aly-Ndiaye.
Aly-Ndiaye. Gabriel, silver medalist, happy with his performance, happy to come away with a medal here at these 2023 Canada Games.
Great cap off to a successful week for Aly-Ndiaye. You know, he made it through to, like you said earlier, to the fights tonight, and to take second, be the second best boxer in Canada isn't too shabby.
The gold medal, de l'Ontario from Ontario, Owen Paquette.
And Owen Paquette, outstanding display of boxing in the gold medal, textbook. Olympic boxing style was in there. He was a technician to describe his type of style that he had. Able to get in and get out, circle the ring, demand the middle of the ring, get the shots that he had to make the land, to get the accumulated points, to get the split decision.
These guys are so young, but he looked like a seasoned fighter in there tonight. There's a lot more skill that showed beyond his years, I feel, tonight.
And all three of these young men have a bright future, as Boxing Canada is in pretty good hands with all three of them in this weight class.
Great representation of boxing in Canada right there on the podium tonight. Great show of both the Maritimes, Ontario, and Quebec. You know, they've covered the East Coast, was represented very well in that weight category tonight.
So the medals being presented to them, and let's take a look at what we were talking about before, breaking down all the winners here, and I'll do the proceedings here as